Hello, my name is Michael Dillon. I work for the New Bedford Fire Department. I've been with them for 16 years. The NBFD is tasked with protecting a city with multiple high rises, mill buildings, an airport, 115,000 residents, and the largest fishing industry in the country. The New Bedford Fire Department has historically battled with the mayor for funding for manpower. When funding allows, the NBFD has 7 stations open, housing 7 engines, 3 ladder trucks, and 2 district chiefs. In 2009, the New Bedford Fire Department was forced to lay off 50 firefighters while closing 2 fire engines. Thankfully, the fire department received a staffing adequate for fire and emergency response grant, better known as the SAFER grant. In 2011, the department was able to rehire 44 firefighters and reopen the closed fire stations. That grant allowed the department to run at a full complement of 233 members. And nearly 10 years later, the NBFD is again facing a manpower shortage. Our numbers have dropped to 209 firefighters through attrition over the last several years. With no budget set aside to allow for new hires, the shortage of manpower has resulted in overtime costs the city is not willing to pay. In an attempt to mitigate overtime costs, a rolling blackout policy was implemented, meaning every day a fire apparatus would close on a rotating schedule throughout the city. Unfortunately, in only a few short months, there were 2 separate fires that led to civilian casualties. In each instance, the closest firehouse to the scene was closed that day. We have no way of knowing that if those firehouses were open, if civilians would have survived. But on a fire scene, minutes matter, and the extended response time did not help those residents. In March of 2020, the mayor decided to end the blackout policy by closing a firehouse permanently, closing 1 engine company in the process. In 3 short months, since then, we have had 10 multiple alarm fires, with several fires extending to the exposures. The extended run times this station closure has caused in putting residents and firefighters in danger. At this time, I am requesting a second SAFER grant for $2,080,000. This would allow us to hire 20 firefighters at an annual salary of $52,000 for 2 years, at which time the city can hopefully inherit the cost. Hiring the 20 firefighters will allow the city to reopen the closed firehouse and mitigate any ongoing overtime costs. Running this department at anything less than a full complement put lives in danger. Thank you for your time.